What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Alison Moyet, and we're back with the final tune in the expanded folder for her 1984 debut solo album, Alf, and it's a remix of For You Only. It's the extended new version, which is interesting. If it just said extended version, okay, we took the original and we've added some length to it, maybe added a instrumental interlude or otherwise fleshed it out a bit more. If you call it the new version, I'm thinking, okay, so you've reformulated it, maybe changed some of the elements. But the extended new version, I'm not sure whether it's new just by virtue of being extended or whether it is both altered and extended. Either way, I do enjoy the original, and it's one I've listened to since doing that reaction, and I've had the thought that if you made it a little more electrified, if you added a little more bleep and a little more bloop, it might sound like a Yazoo track. Now, obviously, there's other jazzy-type tunes on this album that you couldn't really imagine as a Yazoo track in the same way, but I feel like this one, again, if it was a little bit different, with a little more electric synth feel, you could maybe imagine it as a Yazoo tune. So yeah, again, Yazoo, lightning in a bottle, very short live, but I do love their tunes, and again, going back in the day, that just meant a handful of hits, but now having gone through both of their albums as well as a few tracks that weren't on either of the albums, I've come to appreciate just how special they were in that short time. So yeah, any tune that in a way is like, well, because of her voice and some of the sonics here, it's making me think of Yazoo, that's always a good thing. So as I said, it is one I have re-listened to. So let's find out if it is reformulated or just extended. This is For You Only, the extended new version, the last track in the expanded folder for the 1984 album, Alf. Feels a bit different, yeah. Not dramatically, but maybe a bit deeper.
Ready to embrace the day as we both break. When the lights start in, it found me wide awake. Wasted from the sleepless night, I wish to touch your hair. With your empty hand, but you're no longer there. In between the silence, leaving is an empty space. Like the ticking of a clock, hands are sweeping past his face. And I just don't wanna be lonely, no, night and day. But as I look around me, I just feel that way. For you only. I turn my hand to something that would clear my head, but I could not forget the parting words we shared. I opened up my mind to all the pictures I could trace, but I could not recall the contours of your face. And all you slipped away before I had the chance to say, if I did something wrong, please tell me, I'll accept the blame. And I just don't wanna be lonely, no, night and day. But as I look around me, I just feel that way. For you only.
It's not trying to burn the house down. It's just gliding along that sidewalk. But yeah, this feels different than the original. Definitely. It feels less like what I was saying about changing some things and feeling like a Yazoo tune. It feels farther away from the Yazoo. Back in, man. We stripped it down, but it doesn't feel like an outro. I guess we'll see. It's interesting, like, it was both. It felt like there were some changes, and again, it gave it a heavier, I don't know, more, like, not pop rock, but it felt less like what I was saying in advance, that, you know, the original gave me some moments where, like, man, if you just made this a little more synth electrical, it could maybe work as a Yazoo tune. This felt like it was farther away from that, so I don't know exactly what layers were switched. Again, it felt like a deeper, kind of heavier sound than the original, which felt a little more floaty, if I'm remembering it correctly. So yeah, not sure exactly what was changed, but in the moment, the experience of it was less like I remember thinking about the original. So either way, a cool tune. I feel like if you were feeling lonely and a bit sad about what had happened in your life, or, you know, what your current situation relative to some person was, it felt like that would be the version to use, because it keeps coming back to that chorus, and it strips it down and then it brings it back. So yeah, if you're vibing with that kind of mood, I say probably go for that version. But either way, once again, shout out to Seb for sharing all sorts of material, including Alison Moyet's material. So you know, there's lots of folders in this umbrella folder overall, so we're on to the next album after this. So again, shout out to Seb, shout out to all the people who've been commenting. Curious to hear what happens going forward. Again, I know people have commented that, you know, they feel like maybe some of the producers she worked with, you know, it wasn't the best suited to her voice, or maybe, you know, the studio or the label really wanted her to keep doing a certain type of song or a certain type of sound, and so she kind of got locked into, in fact, I think someone, maybe it was even Han Solo, was saying she was sort of obligated to do an album with this certain label, like beyond maybe how long she wanted to work with these producers, so then, you know, maybe that album wasn't, you know, her favorite in terms of the overall catalog. So yeah, I'm aware there's like different issues going forward, and maybe there was never anything that quite caught the global attention in the way Yazoo did. But either way, looking forward to going through more of her material. It's just a singular voice. You know, there are a few voices that just have that power and the audacity of her voice. So again, let me know what you think of this one. Looking forward to the next album. I will see you next time. Peace.